The Great Escape is one of the first and best ensemble films that I was shown as a child. It was directed by veteran filmmaker John Sturges, who is responsible for a catalog of other famous films, including The Magnificent Seven, The Eagle Has Landed, and McQ with John Wayne. His ability to orchestrate and depict these stories on the big screen was buttressed by the book that inspired it, The Great Escape, by Paul Brickhill. It details the 1944 mass escape from a German prisoner of war camp. The camp held both British and American officers, airmen with a duty to escape no matter the challenge. Now, my feelings on this film are slightly biased, given that I was impressed by the coolness of the escape and the legendary cast. I'm a big fan of Steve McQueen's work, as well as James Garner and Charles Bronson's, but upon viewing the picture as an adult, I've noticed several things which went under my radar previously. Instead of seeming like a boring old movie with actors who have long since passed, it felt more genuine and special. Perhaps this is nostalgia working on me. I did watch it with my father, and it could be that I ignored any negatives on the basis of having a good experience, but I don't think that's the case. Let's start with the score by Elmer Bernstein, possibly one of the most recognizable aspects of the film. Bernstein's score elevates the film from the opening credits all the way to the final shot. It is riveting, exciting, and heroic sounding all in one, with a true military gravitas. The opening credit sequence is like a promise for greater things to come. Indeed, it adds so much to the movie that it's hard to imagine it without that signature music. Bernstein did this 3 years prior with another Sturges film, The Magnificent Seven. It opened in 1960 to positive reviews from critics and audiences while keeping the same rough, playful qualities of previous films in the genre. Most consider this to occupy the same tier with others like True Grit and Rio Bravo. However, The Great Escape tunes into an altogether different frame of storytelling. It shows the 73 British American soldiers' escape and the methods employed in order to get there, but it also represents an idealism and a golden age of cinema. This is where the script itself plays into what makes this movie so memorable. The dialogue is snappy and witty, but still seems real and grounded to the seriousness of the Second World War. Every actor serves a purpose to drive the story towards the climactic final act, where the whole crew escapes and dons their disguises. I have to admit that of the bunch of them, James Coburn's character had the most chill in terms of staying incognito and low profile. As a result, he and two others make it out safely past the clutches of Gestapo troops into Poland. The cinematography is relatively simple at first glance, and especially when compared to modern techniques, but this is not a detriment to the story. On the contrary, there was nothing flashy or stylish about the war or any of what happened at this camp. They simply did their duty as soldiers and as men seeking freedom from an evil and oppressive enemy force. I think where this shines the most is the scene in the finale with Steve McQueen as Hiltz leading the Germans on a wild chase. To conclude, I thought that this film held up quite remarkably as far as structure and cinematography and overall plot is concerned. The music is still incredible to this day, and I look forward to reviewing more pictures just like this. Probably going to do Magnificent Seven after this. If you want to see more classic films like this reviewed on my channel, then leave a like and subscribe and join my community.